I'm interested in systems, in how things work. And today, I returned my focus onto the law. G'day, and welcome to Small Steps Through Life. Today we're at Battle Hill, and I'm looking at the law. Not to say whether it's right or wrong, good or bad, just the mechanisms that are in play. Do they work? Is there better? Is there worse? Let's look at an example. Is the law blind? Lady Justice is shown wearing a blindfold. The idea is that everybody has equal access to legal recourse. And I'd like to say it's true, but one simple element disproves it. You can hire different lawyers and get different results. That means that the law isn't blind, that you can game the system, which means the system has got flaws. For good or for bad, that's up to you. From my point of view, I just look at it as a system that the inputs and the outputs show there's a distortion in the middle. What else about the law? Well, if I look at it, I look at a system that contains many thousands of rules. And if I'm writing software, anything that requires that many rules probably means that every time I try to refine something, I'm going to break something else. It's just sheer complexity. What we've tried to do is make it so that all contingencies are covered by the rules or by the laws. So how do you get around it? How do we get around it in life? In life, we have an idea of doing the right thing, of doing the spirit of the law. It's not the morally right thing, it's just the intent. If the law says, do no harm, if that's the spirit, then, and we've only specified that as being physical, then what happens when it's financial? Yes, I know we've got laws for that, but what I'm trying to do is get across the idea that for every law you put in place, you end up excluding other aspects. And you've got to write more and more rules just to try to capture all the different failure modes. The spirit of the law would say, do no harm. That would mean no physical harm. That would also mean no financial harm. So why have we done what we've done? Well, I don't know. Partly, I imagine it's because if you specify it, then it's much easier to take it to court and challenge it. Because now you've got some concrete things to say. The downside, though, is we probably don't get as good a version of justice. And as I said before, the mere fact that we can hire different lawyers to get different results means we're also not actually getting an equal or blind justice. What do you think? Do you think that the law is an optimized system? Do you think it's running well? Do you think it could run better? What about in your life? How do you see your judgment on things? How do you choose what's the best thing to do? Do you rely on the spirit of your own rules for life? Or do you run to an explicit set of rules? Which gives you the more freedom? Which gives you the greatest opportunity? You get to choose. It is your life. And on that note, I'm going to say, see you later.